Did such atrocities as terrorist acts like in Beslan, Nordost, and the terrorist act in March 2010 influence their opinion of the people in Finland towards Chechnya and the issue?
Sure.
Конечно.
But we have seen Andrei Nekrasov's films, most of us, or many people, and we have read your articles, we have read many critical articles where journalists and police, normal people think from Russian that things are not so as Russian government has said. And it is everybody. I think even you don't know what really had happened, but you have very much proofs. You trust things that they have not been Chechen normal Chechen people who wanna live in peace. They are not behind these Beslan stories. We don't know maybe who is there, and everybody here, everywhere, we wanted to know what really had happened, and we wanted to have real opinion. But if you ask that what people, most of people think here, maybe now they get new news, they trust it, today they get more news, they change their opinion, because it's difficult to know.
How does it happen? How can you explain that books and articles written by Politkovskaya, by Estemirova, have a lot more broader readership here, outside Russia, in Finland, in comparison with Russia? In Russia, not so many people read their works. How do you explain it?
Yeah.
So, are they good writers, or is Russia bad?
No, I don't think so. Those things are not the main things. It is not so that for everybody is Russian so bad, and I don't believe it that many people wanted to use Anna Politkovskaya or Estemirova against Russian, and not so many people have read their articles. Of course, we have sold Anna's books very much, but I think maybe it's between it or in your question somewhere, but the main things I think is that people think that things are not, they are absolute in bad condition, the political and human rights situation in Russia. And it's the same. Of course it is not the same, because Russia is big and is nearby us, and Sudan is far away from here, and they don't come here with army. People they have all the time more stories about very bad human rights things and very bad political changing what had happened there, and people like Anna Politkovskaya, Estemirova, we know them because they have been in voice. We don't have read their books, the articles, but they are people who have been fighting against the. But one thing, of course, is you have to ask somebody out of us, our company with Kataevas, but I think older people they wanted to say more, speak more, but they think they are realist. They are afraid. For example, my parents said for me, and I think many of in our group, our parents have said, don't do that. It happens like someday, it happens like to Anna or something like that.
Anna Politkovskaya was murdered, then Natalya Estemirova was murdered, then Memorial made the decision to quit their work in Chechnya. Alexeyeva was absolutely desperate, and she started calling Oleg Orlov, please stop it, we don't want to lose people. Do you think that there is any sense in continue this kind of fighting? Well, let's say another person appears, another journalist will start to raise such issues, and the same level of threat will be over her or him. So, is there any sense in fighting on?
Like we have spoken, I think many times, there are things we know that terrible things have happened. We know the human rights situation and political situation is very bad. But there is the thinking. People, what they are thinking in Russian? What people, normal people think in Russian? If they think that it's almost okay, maybe they think at Soviet times economically it was much better. They have maybe somewhere more freedom, somewhere. What people think? First we have to know what people in Russian thinks, and then we come to your question if the situation is so bad as we can imagine, as we can think here, then if we can compare it with Nazi Germany, if the same thing, then it is sense. Then absolutely you have to do the work that you have done. We everybody have to do it. Because if now you are maybe trying to get that answer, but now we can do something. I don't know what we can do from here, Finland, but you in Russian now you can do. You can vote, or you can some places you can go to the street. You have some freedom, but if it goes so that day after day, every day, you have less and less political freedom, then you can be in Nazi Germany.